Was good, family. I know it has been a while. It has been a while. When I started this journey, well, this has been a journey in the making for a long time. But like my father used to tell me, may he rest in peace. I don't know where he got this from. Might have been Jim Rohn, etc. But he said, son, I used to leave my friend's house. And by the way, when Pop say son, I mean it's lesson time, right? He said, I used to leave my friend's house and it'd always be a dog, just his neighbor's dog, just sitting there crying, you know. And I used to ask my friend, what's wrong with the dog, brother? He would say, it's sitting on the nail. My father said he would say to his friend, well, why you don't get up? And his friend said, I guess it don't hurt enough. And that is so true to us in life. Sometimes the pain just isn't enough. For me specifically, the pain of building a dependence on alcohol. We know what alcohol gonna do in your system when you don't have a dependence, and now you need it to function. It is a dysfunctional life to lead. I did it for many, many years. I was in careers that condoned the BS, if you know what I mean. But once I got out of the golf industry, specifically caddying with the private members, I used to always say, man, this is like Chuck E. Cheese for grown rich men. You know what I mean? Uh, I was functional in the beginning, not for long, and rapidly grew to dysfunctional drinking. So is the trap of alcohol. But I said all that to say that me getting to this place, okay, and I'll take it day by day, right? I'm not too big for my bridges, but alcohol does not serve me, never has, never will. I am in, over the past years, April of 23, I accidentally got curious about alcohol and I started to document my journey. Shout out Grace two times. Annie Grace. Why I say Grace two times? Because Annie means grace. Grace is one of the top three most powerful words, probably number one in the history of the earth. Grace. Anyway, shout out to her. Her work, okay, and what she created with This Naked Mind has led me to a level of awareness that what about Proctor say? Once the mind expands, it cannot contract. And I got this data in, but again, I will continue to show this if you've seen it or not. I got curious in April of 23, right? That's the one you see there with the least amount of coloring in up there, all right? Boom, that one. And I accidentally, I don't want to get distracted by this because this is a rant, right? I'm trying to stay direct. I'm trying to stay focused and directed. Um, that was 2023. 2024, I continued, and essentially, I see that I'm gonna keep it going as far as the coloring goes. It's nice to look at it and see the green. Given last year, I had a whole lot of reds, and that's because alcohol is a drug. Okay, there's three levels of belief when it comes to alcohol that are essential to changing, to going from sober curious, excuse me, to sober serious. All right, that is the substance itself, that is society, and that is the self, not the substance, the society, and the self. Okay. But when I look at this, I'm gonna put it real simple like this because when I'm not drinking, I tend to like to go gamble. I don't really believe in addictive personalities. Let Annie Grace, get my mind wet in that area. But we have our ways, okay? And I'm growing every day. And the more days I spend sober, shout out 50 today, baby. 50 days. Ooh. I haven't done that in Lord knows how long. And in 3 weeks, that'll be 71 days. That will certainly be, I believe, the second longest streak I've had not drinking since I started drinking 17 years ago. It was New Year's Eve of '07, bringing in the new year of '08. I was just a puppy, 17, about to be 18, a junior in high school, about to be a senior. That's when I started. And not until now, 32, 33, 34 years old, that I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm good. Let's go back to 16-year-old me who want to play Big Ten football. But this 34-year-old me who's going to be a multimillionaire entrepreneur who's making a difference. Not just profits for profit's sake, but profits for that's driven by a purpose. And that purpose is beginning with help paying it forward with this information that I got from Annie Grist. So um, let's get it in. I got a lot to update. I don't know how long this video gonna be, but this is some long form content right here, y'all. For you to watch this, you really gotta be feeling Romeo Jones and this alcohol experiment that I'm doing. It was really unique. January of 2013, 2023, I made some bad decisions that rendered me homeless. And when I say homeless, I've been homeless in many ways because I grew up with toxic relationships. And that led to a very toxic relationship with myself. And when you have a toxic relationship to yourself, it very leads you tend to attract more toxicness, right? In the form of toxic relationships through alcohol, through other humans, etc., etc. And I had to rebuild. I had to rebuild. Uh Man, I can go. I don't know where to begin. I'm gonna get better at this, y'all. But a year, I don't know, 16. Let's just take it back to this January of this year. My landlord comes to me and he's like, "Hey, and I kind of want you gone now. You guys know that we have the migrant crisis going on right now. Not that it's a crisis that they're coming, but they have a crisis in their country. So the humane thing to do is to let them in, especially if our policies at the top levels is why they flee in their country. But hey, listen, there's plenty of opportunity out here, and that's not the market that I'm in anyway. Plus, I don't believe in competing. I believe in creating. I am a God. You are a God. Okay." So he says, "Hey, look, I'm ready to get you gone, but I know it's cold out. I don't know if you have nowhere to go, but as an investor, he needed to make some moves." So I'm like, "Oh gosh, had good credit, jacked it up. Very big on self-sabotaging back in the day, and that's what I'm working on changing." But he said, "You gotta go." He said, "So listen, let's get you out of here by March." It was New Year's Eve, I believe. I may have a video on it somewhere, not important, but hey, he says it's time to go. So this is what I'm gonna do for you. Your rent normally six. How much is my rent? No, it was 500 over there. Right? We was in South Shore in the front of Tarrytown, 74th. And I'm like, all right. So he said, "Listen, don't worry about the rent for December. I think I might have been only gave him half in December, And he said, so don't worry about the 250 you owe me. And coming forward, these months moving forward, just give me 300. So 300 for January, February, and March would be your last month." Well, come March, I still didn't have anywhere to go. And listen, you gotta have faith in this thing. And I know that's not easy, especially when you come from a background where you unconsciously are driven by fear. But make a long story short, I got on Craigslist throughout the history of my life. Craigslist has been a game changer. I'll go on Craigslist. I see a place that's still in the South Side, but it's a little bit. I went from 74th. This place was like 113th. So I give the ad a call, reach out to the ad. The lady said, I call her. She's like, "Hey, listen, unfortunately, this place is rented out. I just got it rented out today, but on the first of the month, which would be April, I have a room in one of my properties opening up that will put you front of the line." Bingo. Look at God, boy. You don't play about me. Okay, sounds good. I come over, I check the place out. It's nice. I'll actually have real roommates this time. I got to coexist with other men. Not my favorite thing to do, but I do it. It's not my preference, right? I'd rather take a shower in a personal shower in a locker room. You feel me, dog? And ladies. So cool. Boom, it went through. At this time, I'm working at America's Diner, right? Um, Still battling alcoholism. That ain't even really a word. It's alcohol use disorder is the proper term, but I have an alcohol dependency. And once I start, ooh, only Lord knows when I'm gonna stop. You hear me? Yeah. So I'll go see the place. She's like, I said, I like it. She said, this was like a week before. So like, say March 20 something, early March 20s. She said, cool, I'm gonna give you a call by the end of the month. You can go ahead and put down your first month's rent. Boom, I do that, right? That was on. So I move in. I come drop the money off like March 30th, right? First month's rent. She said the key's not gonna be ready to the first. First, she was busy, so end up moving to the second. Boom. I go to work on the third, okay? And we having a lot of fun. You know, the best thing for a hangover is to keep drinking, right? That was my recipe for over a decade. To be real with you, I didn't know what I was going through. I thought I was the problem. You are not the problem. That drink that you're not aware of, that substance, that's the problem. Okay, and I'll break that down for you through much of my content and newsletters and everything that I produce. Okay, this is where I'm at. I never thought my breakthrough in this world would be sharing my message of being addicted to alcohol, right? But this is it's important because this is opening so many other doors for me to get busy in life. Go to work. So I move in my new spot April 2nd. Praise him because on 74th and Phillips, to go home, I got to go past a lot of drugs, a lot of alcohol. So alcohol is a liquor store right on 74th and Phillips. One block east of my house, west of my house. You know what I mean? And I had made some fake friends on the block. So, you know, I come up, Jay, what you want, man? Have a drink with me. Of course, they offer me drinks because when I'm drinking, I'm offering them drinks. You know what I mean? They drinking $10 bottles. I'm drinking $30 bottles. So it's a good deal for them, right, to share with me. And then I come back and share the goodies with them, you know, Hennessy, Tito's, you know what I mean? Whatever. April 3rd, I go on the job. Somebody said they run into the store, Rick. I'm like, what store you going to? It was a liquor store. I'm like, he like, a liquor store. I'm like, hey, I don't even drink Jack Daniels. I'm like, hey, grab me a pint of Jacks. I'm tipsy at work. I'm feeling it. I'm finna get everybody else drunk at work. And I kind of did. One other person, but she was okay. But what hit me was I got tired. I started at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I usually start at 8. And then at about 2, I was out of it, y'all. I didn't want to take no more tables. I know I had to be reeking like alcohol, you know what I mean? Servicing tables, smelling like a drunk. And so I said, I cut myself from the floor. My manager wasn't even tripping. She wasn't even tripping. This older African-American lady gets upset because it's only me and her on the floor. Now, mind you, a lot of times she be upset that she not getting no tables. Y'all not sitting me. Y'all not sitting me. How many times the boss, the GM, got to tell you, seat yourself. Fill your section. Do what you do. Just sit the people. Feed them. Today, she getting oversat. She can't handle it. Where Jerome at? Jerome in the back taking a nap. Ooh, wee. She take a picture of me. Show it to the big boss. Right? Big boss. The next day, this happened on a Wednesday, the 3rd. The 4th was a Thursday. I was scheduled. I called off. Why? I'm still drunk. I'm hungover. Ain't no sense in me going in to get fired. Call off. I got a toothache, which I did actually. I actually got that tooth pulled since then. Oh, what? The dysfunction of alcohol, it is from the dark side. What pastor say? Demons dwell in those bottles. He be funny, man. Shout out pastor, man. But anyway, so Thursday I call off. Friday I come in, Michelle like, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, what's going on? She said, I gotta let you go. Whoa. Hold on now. I got some bills due coming up real soon. I need Michelle. Listen, I understand I can be a little of a hazard, but you know, she said, Jerome, I done gave you so many opportunities which she had, but I don't think it was her. It was him through her. You know what I'm saying? Amen. And I talked to him to give me one more chance. I said, Miss M, listen, if I breathe too hard, just point at the door and I'm gone. Ain't no rebuttals, no nothing. I'm gone. This how I know last strike, zero tolerance, no questions asked. She say, okay, cool. Despite the older African-American lady showing her that I cut myself and took a nap, right? I didn't just cut myself and leave. Say, family emergency, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm done taking tables. Take a nap on the premises. Didn't even clock out. That boy was... That boy's special, man. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Like, I'm happy, right? I almost feel like I'm drunk. I'm just happy right now that despite all my shortcomings, it's almost like it was the build up to this. Anyway, well, we have another manager named Miss E. Older African-American lady. Very interesting lady, to say the least. Well, Miss E is actually friends with the other lady who took the picture. We're gonna call her Miss Picture. Okay, I hope you're following me here. So Miss Picture who's just another server like I, shows Miss E. Oh, well, I had an altercation with Miss E, not a physical altercation, a verbal altercation with Miss E back in September. And she told after, she tried to kind of bully me. That's what she was. She was a bit of a tyrant. If you're not running with her, then you against her. And I'm definitely not running with her. You wrong. You know what I'm saying? So she had an opportunity to catch me while I was down, right? Big deal. We gonna see. Well, she tried to get me canned back in September of 23. Miss M stood up for me. Older white woman. Stood up for me. This ain't about colors and races. I'm just saying, though. You know what I'm saying? One lady who don't look like me, if you want to play the race game, got my back. The one who look like me wants to put their foot on my neck. Pops used to tell me about stuff like that, but that's a whole nother. That ain't what this about. If we get the opportunity to sit together, maybe we can go down that rabbit hole. But okay. Miss Picture shows Miss E. Oh, Jerome, they say he was drunk or drinking on. We don't know what was happening, but he definitely smelled like alcohol. And look, I got a picture of him sleeping on the clock. Well, sleeping when he's supposed to be taking tables. Well, Miss E, send me the picture. Then she sends it to our regional manager. Not our store manager, our regional manager. She know the store manager. She already heard the store manager said, we just going to take him off the schedule for the week and I don't let him take a breather and come back. You know what I'm saying? She got people in her family that struggle with alcoholism or alcohol use disorder. So she got a little bit of empathy for a young goofy. Don't call yourself that, Romeo, okay? Making bad mistakes. Well, like I said, on that Friday when I went in and Miss M she was about to can me. She was close. She had the pink slip in her hand. I talked my way up out that jam. Listen, I'm gonna get it together. I need this little income. I'm talking about I got rent due, etc. And when you're drinking, your money, your funds is off. That's one of the biggest things of not drinking. You're gonna feel better, first off, and your pocket's gonna feel better. Second off, let's start right there with a foundation of life, okay? I know I'm speaking a little fast. Follow me. I'm working on slowing it down. So Miss E sends the picture to, I don't remember the lady name, Miss Regional. Well, Miss Regional reaches out to Miss M, the general store manager, and tells her he's got to be done. So, excuse me, I follow up with her. So that happened on a Friday. Miss M, I talked my way out of getting fired, and she said, "Come back." Right? If I don't speed it up, this video gonna be 2 hours long. It's all good. This is truly my purpose. I don't have nothing to sell right now. This is I am in the making. Okay. So I follow up with her on Thursday to say, hey, I'll start tomorrow. Said, Jerome, listen, I was gonna reach out to you because she's off on Mondays and Tuesdays. She said, I was gonna reach out to you today, actually, and let you know that it got back to Miss Regional and it's out of my hands, Jerome. Romeo, Romeo is the new me, sober me, for sure, indefinitely. He said, I gotta let you go. It got back to the regional. It's out of my hands. Yeah. All right. And I already knew somebody went through the back door and let the cat out the bag. So now I just moved to my new place, rent's paid for the month, but I don't have a job now and I don't have any income. And I'm kind of like, I'm over the service business. I'm gonna just go get a job at a gym where, I don't have to deal with people that's, ready to rip my head off because they pancakes a little bit on the lukewarm side and not steaming hot. You know what I mean? And it didn't, I applied. I wasn't aggressive at all. I applied and I had no money. I'm not gonna lie, 33, literally about to be 34 that month, April. And I got less than a couple $100 to my name, and I'm spending it on alcohol. The thing that has me in this hole to begin with. Can I get an amen? Can I get somebody to say, Romeo, I know the feeling, bro. Okay. So what do I do? All right, I'm putting in these out. First, I had to sober up. I was coming off like a 40-day bender. It was like from February 6th all the way to April something. I'm on a bender. I probably had 6, 7, 8 days maybe sober out of 46. Like, you see how I'm telling you, as soon as you put that up in you, and I know this ain't about, oh, well, I'm not this and I'm not that. It's a dangerous game to play. And for my people who on the far end of the spectrum like I was, and I don't know, I know who I am. I ain't no, let's have a drink. You have a drink, baby. I'll buy it for you. Me, I'll take a little lemonade and some water. Can you feel me? So throughout that time, I was just not tripping. Yeah, I know I just moved in this place. Yeah, I know I'm I ain't about to have these people money if I don't get a job. You know, this little 120 I can make a week donating plasma. You know what I'm saying? Make a long story short, I knew it was time to give up the booze. And with the data that I had collected over the past year, listen, when you're in the green, meaning you're having a day with zero alcohol consumption, health gets better. Mental health, financial health, mental health, physical health, everything gets better. Okay? It's almost like, you know, I know I mentioned that earlier, then I got off topic, but something that'll make more sense. If you go to a casino 365 days, right? And out of them 365 days, you only win 45. So you lost 320 and you keep going. And it's not just in your head like, man, I know I'm winning. I know I'm losing way more than I'm winning. I know it's taking way more than it's giving. But you keep going and it's in your head. That's different when you wrote it down. Every day you went in, you know, what you lost or what you won. And now you're looking at this data. It's different, right? My mentor, Eben Pagan, says, I don't know where he got it from. It's not important. I got it from him. You know, he paid it forward to me. He said, a short pencil is better than a long memory. That short pencil was me with this coloring. A little calendar that I bought because it was on sale or something, and 2 crayons. Mind you, at the breakfast diner I used to work for, they give the kids crayons. So the crayons was right there at the host stand for free. All right, a little small benefit, a little perk to the job. I look at it and I'm like, whoa. Okay, let's turn this into an experiment. And that I did. So listen, let's speed it up a little bit. Plenty more to come. And if you want to chat with me personally, I'm gonna leave some ways to do that. But if you really want to, you'll make it happen. I've been on the other end of that, watching people and learning from people. I need to pay rent at a very minimum. So now I'm going on Craigslist looking for labor jobs, little labor gigs. And March came around, I ain't had the money. The little money I was making, I don't know what I was spending it on. Just little bills and stuff, you know what I mean? Like I had to move my stuff out of my aunt's basement, which is why I went from her basement to homeless, which is, looking back on it over the past 16 months, probably the best thing ever happened to me. It was pushing me out of the nest and forcing me to fly, you know what I mean? So I got my things out of my aunt's basement, and a lot of it I had to move into a storage. So, you know, we're just paying little bills. So I you know, it was time to pay rent. May 2nd, I said, look, boss lady, rent lady, I don't have all the rent, but I have a job interview coming up. I was over and I did, and I said, but not only do I have a job interview coming up for something permanent, I also have a gig that I found on Craigslist where this cookie company, for Mother's Day, they were going to be slammed, so they needed extra help dipping strawberries, you know. So I did that, and for 4 days it paid out like 600 and something bucks. Boom, there go the rent. She said, okay. She said, I said, I hope you still love me. She said, I don't love you, but I like you. Okay, go ahead and give me what you got. Cool about it. Cool about it. Praise him. I thought she was gonna be like, well, you got to go. On the 2nd month, you ain't got it? You got $60 for me? You gotta go. No problem. Boom, did the job. Boom, paid her off. And then got one more other job after she was paid off. It paid like $530 for 5 days. I mean, listen, that job stuff, it's not for me. And there's so many, listen, this ain't a race car. My brother, these Hispanic boys on this labor stuff, they ain't no joke. I'm talking about, bro, I was with some supplement company. This dude was bagging up stuff, and I'm not no punk, man. I can work. I enjoy working. This dude is like he had been doing this for 10 plus years. He bagging up 2.5 times faster than me, and I'm fast. They let another dude go and let me stay. He was Hispanic, so not all Hispanics. Let's just say some. You know what I'm saying? These cats was Mexican, they was Venezuelan, some of them was Dominican. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm like, that boy gonna earn his $15 out. I'm talking about he giving the owner $40, $50 worth of labor for 15. I said, no. This I'm not even a labor type of guy. I like to work with my mental. Okay. Boom, took that job. I leave the job one day. It was only on a Friday. I had got paid, and then my state income tax came, right? It was like $140. You know, the state would be small. What should I do? I go to the boat. Right? Just $100, right? $120. I'll take out $100, right? It's on my way home. I stop at Bally's in downtown Chicago. It just got built last year, I think, or something like that. Off $100, went on $1,400. Ooh, ain't temptation something? I can go in with $1,000 and lose it all. I come in with 100. Boom, it got me right back wet. Right, just like alcohol. That's addiction for you. I'm right back in the gambling trap. So I left. I said, you know what? Let me just go and leave with this $1,400. Instead, like I told you, I was just broke. Can't even pay my rent. Trying to just looking for a job to make ends meet. Next day, I go back. Out of that $1,400, I lose $700. Mind you, the reason I was broke a lot because I kept trying to gamble to make ends meet, but I wasn't getting lucky. It wasn't the dice was not falling my way. You know, lose 200, and dang boy, that go most of your rent. So yes, I'm gonna get to that. Although the whack-a-moles have come up, right? Gambling, smoking a little bit of pot, smoking weed, not really my thing. It just make me dumb. If you ask me, I can't even. Hey, what's your name? Let me think about it. You know, but that's what weed does. When you study that substance, it kills your short-term memory. Now, obviously, you got all kind of strains, right? From sativas to indicas to 15% THC stuff, all the way up to 33, which is real strong. It's gonna knock you on your tail like some NyQuil, right? And then more importantly, smoking tobacco. You know, Black and Mild cigars specifically, which I don't even enjoy, right? The whack-a-moles have come, and moving forward, this is what I'm looking to attack after 1,200 hours, 50 days, and counting, sober. Oh, I got to get more space on my phone, so we're going to make this quick. Look, y'all, 50 days sober, and I'm making it. So today, guess what? I started at my new gig. Because I thought I was going to go to Tennessee and run this route with my boy. He's in the transportation business. And somebody was going to pay him to drive from Nashville to El Paso, right? And then take what he was picking up. This is all legal, you know what I mean? He's in like the funeral home business. So he's picking up a casket in El Paso, taking it back to Nashville, letting them do what they need to do to the casket, and then taking the casket back to El Paso and maybe flying home if we could have some cheap tickets. So I thought I was going to have like a 4G job coming through. Didn't go through because I didn't have my passport expired in February, and I didn't get it renewed. And they wanted me to have a passport to go across the border with him and pick up the casket. So I got bumped off that job. I'm like, oh, I had $160 in my account. I went to the boat. Excuse me, with 160. I walked out with $3. What I'm about with this $3, a loose cigarette. I think that's what I probably did. I ain't gonna lie to you. A cigarette. Ooh, they stink. What you doing, Romeo? Hey, we all got a story. I'm just sharing mine. So, boom, I don't got no money. Woke up the next day, went to one of America's diners. What do you call it? Diners? No, we're gonna call it a bar and grill. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't mind sharing it, but not right now, just because, you know when you sign all that fine print, you don't even read a tenth of a percent of it. So, we're going to keep that cool. Lady liked me. Actually, I was at the bar and grill on a Saturday, the previous Saturday, and it looked like they need help. I said, y'all need some help here? She said, we only hiring servers right now. I said, I could be a server. She said, you ever served before? I said, yeah. I dropped the 2 names where I served there before. She said, okay, come on in. Let's do this. Boom. I gotta hurry up. I don't know when this video gonna cut off, right? See, listen, I'm literally building this up from nothing. Phones that got like 16 gigabytes, you know what I mean? So after apps and system, you got like 5, but we really making it happen. All free, like I came up from nothing. Government assistant, government tablets, and hotspots from government. I mean, it's just amazing. So the next morning after I lost that 160 with $3 to my name, I got up. My bus pass still had time on it, so I went up there and I said, hey, I ate here Saturday, and you told me to come back up here if I was serious. She said, wow, you came back. You are serious. I like that. Pretty much got hired on the spot. Right. And today, May 31st was my first day. Even though I didn't clock in, we did all the paperwork to make it official. So tomorrow, June 1st, I'm going to go in and your boy is back down with a job in less than 60 days. And guess what? He 50 days sober. You know, last year when I started at Denny's on July 21st, 2023, I was dibbling and dabbling with the experiment, right? We can go back and look. We can go back and look. Yeah, what July? No, messed this up. July is on the right side of the page. You see some green, some red. You see the addictive nature of it? You see some green. Before you know it, the red start taking over instantly. That's because alcohol, the main ingredient of it is ethanol. It's addictive. Even for my normal drinkers out there, how many times y'all done went out and said, girl, I'm just having me one drink today. You know, it's Keisha's birthday. And one drink turned into $900, $400. DUI, Kato, where my, who's this in my bed? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So, we back down with a job with 50 days sober. And with being sober, I can really go decode my past. There's a reason I drank to the degree that I did. I was a traumatic drinker. I was self-medicating. You know, and alcohol, your body's so powerful, it's going to build a tolerance. So one shot, 10 years later, do the same thing. 10 years later, one bottle does what one shot used to do 10 years ago. Your body is not, it's an incredible machine. So listen, I know like over these past 50 days, I probably shot live content, maybe, not a lot. Maybe I was doing it on that first 30 days. I think out of 30 days, I probably got 15 of them. The first, I think I went good 12 or 17 days straight. Then I just started to get distracted. I'm like, dude, I need to get a job, but I'm still maintaining my faith because that stress mess with you, man. You know, it's like your blood don't flow like it do, if you know what I mean, when you got all that stress in you. So listen, I'm doing this thing, y'all. And here's what I want to do in closing. I want to address the whack-a-moles, the gambling. It has to go. Okay, listen, you're looking at a young man who has, one time I was down $6,000 at a casino. Actually, 2,000, I lost it. I had 2,000 on me. Boom, lost the 2,000. I go to my ATM. Boom, take out 2,000. Lose that. Go back to the ATM. Take off another 2,000. It say, you at your limit for the day. So, you know, make sure you use this last 2,000 wisely. I'll turn that 2,000 into $48,000 at a dice, at a craps table. Excuse me. So then I'll leave the casino up 48 bands, 1,000, and I'll come back 2 days later, lose it all. Like, if you win, you a loser. And when you lose, you a loser. You know what I mean? You got to address that addiction because, listen, this table over time, it's going to win. Ain't no way to win in that, man. And when you get something for nothing, you're going to sabotage it. You already got sabotage issues, and now you just won 50,000 throwing some dice. Ridiculous. So, addressing the whack-a-moles, the gambling and the smoking. My health is my greatest wealth. And my father, rest in peace, he always told me that. And he was a big proponent of breaking financial generational curses. But and I believe that's a lot of the reason why I lost him is because his health was going really bad and he was just in his late 40s. So how do I plan to address that? I got to slow it down. Even in this video, you notice I probably talk a lot and just got to breathe and become present. So that's where I'm at with it too. You know what I mean? I don't want to, leave work or hide and smoking because it's nasty if you ask me. You know, it smells nasty. Why you want to? It's tobacco. It's not good for you. So that's where I'm at after 50 days. June 1st, right? April 1st, I was like, yeah, wham! The alcohol took me where it always took me. In the trap, stuck. But I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I really love you all, whether you know it or not, because I'm a people person, right? I'm a humanitarian, big proponent of mental health. I lost both of my parents to mental health. One literally in the physical, and one, my mother's still here, but mentally she's figuring things out for her. You know, and now it's to this day, it's a lot for me to accept. I love my mom dearly. I'm crazy. That was the first love I had. That was the first heartbreak I had, which led to a heartbreak in myself. And but I'm grateful that in my early 30s, mid 30s, I have got to a point where, like my uncle told me in 2017, I said, Uncle, we got all the drugs here. Weed, really. We got tobacco, hookah, and we got what you want, tequila, cognac. We got it. My uncle, the only thing he was feasting on was that fried chicken. I said, Uncle, how you doing? He said, Snoop, that's my nickname. He said, sometimes you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's a big key to this. Getting to that point where enough is enough. You that dog who about to get the hell off this nail. And yes, change is just challenging. But here's the thing. Tony Robbins said something like this. He said, pain is hard. But when the pain of where you are begins to exceed the pain of change, you will opt for the lesser pain, which is the pain of change. It took me 15 years to get there. Whew, knock, knock. Hey, but here we are. So listen, y'all, do me a favor. If you like this video, let me get a thumbs up. Let me get a comment. Keep it coming, Romeo Jones. If you know somebody that this message will resonate with in this channel, share it with them. Okay, because this it's like a little snowball. It's slowly picking up steam. I love y'all. I'm gonna get this thing uploaded before midnight, which would be June 1st, because I would love a post date of May 31st. And that's where we at, y'all. Much love. It's the kid, Romeo Jones. Check the description below. I got a lot of work to do, but we're not going to worry about it. That 50 days sober is humongous for my just stability. And check out the descriptions for more, to get access to. I'm not really worried about that right now. Oh, how do I create a newsletter? And what should be my lead magnet? I just want to put this content out consistently. And with this job being locked in, it's an excuse, but I can relax. I know where the money's going to come from to pay to pay my little bill, so I can grow as a person and grow my first company, right? And shout out Annie Grace. Praise the Lord. I thank you, God, for this day and this opportunity to just be on this phone. You know what I mean? So no matter how dark it is where you at, y'all, the sun shining somewhere, so keep your head up so you can get there. And as my boy, Mr. Rogers would say, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Y'all see that? I even lost my grill messing with that drink. Boy, that wasn't nothing to play with. We gonna get all that fixed. So much love, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.